Hi Interland, hi Vancouver Island, and hi all my students. This is Guy from akrosero.com on Vancouver Island, AK Rosero, and K Rosero Consulting Incorporated. First and foremost, an apology to my students. I was going to post a video on how to mitigate the risk of surfing at coffee shops, specifically coffee shops that don't have secured wireless access. It's just easier for them to maintain, and they try to waive that liability of maintaining the confidentiality, integrity, and availability of your network, as well as the liability of any kind of compromise while you're at their place of business. There's two schools of thought around that. All I wanted to do was show you how to securely access the internet without any kind of concerns or worries about someone sniffing. Sniffing meaning grabbing your credentials and your information, like your Facebook logins and your email passwords and your bank passwords, if God forbid you're doing that in a coffee shop. Unfortunately, I can't. I'm not able to do that, specifically for my 55 Plus Club members, and that is because I've stopped teaching at the 55 Plus Club in the short interim time. Think of it as me taking a sabbatical. I need to reinvest in the company, and I need to get my company back to the same level it was in its heyday. So I will probably start up in the first of the year. I'm talking to the board about that right now, but I have to bow out right now. If I didn't have to worry about money, I would do it for free. I love teaching, you know that. I love, when I used to teach. I used to help people with martial arts, and I used to teach them as much as I could. I'm no grandmaster in any stretch of the word, but to me, teaching martial arts was empowering to people. It gave them the ability to look past their own self-limitations and to show them how truly powerful people can be if they master themselves and if they develop themselves. Computer security is kind of like mental martial arts. I guess it's about, seeing where you are, what you are, and what you're capable of, and then pushing those boundaries even more. So teaching the class was basically empowering people to not be afraid of the computer, of technology, and to see how powerful and how amazing they could be just by virtue of learning principles, not technology, not processes, not tools, but principles that would help them regardless of what platform or application they were using. So I'll probably see if I can get, I'm going to set up another SSH server for another VPN for, I'm not sure if I'm going to do an SSH VPN or an IPsec VPN for those who are technical and are following with me. For general layman's, I'm just going to try to find another way of just setting up a network that you guys can use whenever you're traveling abroad, because I know you guys travel a lot, and also for when you're on the island and you're just surfing the internet on a coffee shop, let's say at Starbucks or Serious Coffee, or insert one of your favorite coffee shops. So just a little review, just a recap for those of you who, since I didn't have my class, I'll do my general security recap. So on October 28th, there was an Internet Explorer zero-day exploit, and on November 3rd, there was a Firefox zero-day exploit vulnerability. For those of you who are not who in layman's terms, a zero-day exploit basically means it's a means of someone, it's an attack vector for an attacker, let's say a cracker, who is a bad hacker, to go into your system and do bad stuff, whether it be take control, execute remote code, etc., etc. So there were two vulnerabilities where there was no patch for it. So they are coming forthwith with Microsoft's going to be submitting a whole bunch of them come Tuesday. Firefox has already patched up their thing. But basically, browsers are the major attack. Well, operating systems are no longer the major attack vector. The attack vector is basically links, hyperlinks, websites, whether they be a website that you visit or a hyperlink you click on. And the means of getting you to do that is called social engineering, basically tricking you, alluding to some kind of relationship or some kind of information that will entice you to click on a link or go to a certain website. So this is the most common, this is the flavor of the day for attack vectors, and the principles that you want to remember are: 1, never run your computer as administrator, always run limited mode, always run with least privilege. So make sure your operating system and the applications that you run do not run with administrative credentials. So the Windows system I'm on right now, limited account. The Unix systems that I'm connected to right now, they are, I'm a limited user. So, oops, sorry. Will I do that? I put in a limited user because I don't have the credentials to run that in the account that I'm using right now. So, first and foremost, don't run your system as administrator, and then second, make sure the computer is there to. Computers are made by people, so therefore they are not faultless. But they're made for people, by people, for people, to do something very well, which is do simple actions very fast in a very quick period of time that help you address a business need. So with your computer, you can actually schedule maintenance and security updates and things of that caliber. So again, number 1, don't use your computer as administrator. 2, make sure your system updates itself automatically, so you don't have to worry about making sure it's secure. So with Windows, automatic updates. PC, Macs, make sure you do your system. It automatically does its system updates and its application updates as well. Just go into anyway, I'll go into Macs. For Macs, for Unix systems, apt-get, whatever, insert your flavor of update tool, CVS, etc. But also make sure that maintenance is done automatically. In Unix, it's cron. In Windows, it's Task Manager, etc., etc. You want to make sure that your system cleans itself, maintains itself, so that you're not clicking there, or you're not hiring me to come over there and sit down in front of your computer while your computer's doing a disk defrag or an antivirus scan. Don't get me wrong, I have no problem with being paid for doing that, but use me to recover your system from a virus, to help me recover a hard drive that's gone, or where your hard drive or operating system just gone kaput, things that are fairly challenging. You don't need, if you learn to set your computer to do a disk defrag every week, an antivirus scan, let's say a low-level quick scan every day, but a in-depth scan every month, or every week, that's great. That can seriously save you a lot of time, so you're not hiring consultants like me to come in and do that for you. So, first principle again, don't run your computer. I know you guys are probably repeating it to yourselves right now. Don't run your computer as administrator. 2, make sure your operating system and your applications are updating automatically. And then number 3, and a lot of people don't think about that, think about things before you click on them. It sounds fairly straightforward and very common sense, but a lot of times we've gotten into this habit of, let's say you're installing a program, you just click next, 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 next. A lot of people don't read EULAs, or end user licensing agreements, or even more importantly, they don't read the website that they're going to and look at one of the most important pieces of your browser, which is your address bar, to ensure that, is this the right site? So towards that end, towards making sure that you know what you're clicking on, sometimes controlling where you're going helps a lot. What do I mean? Let's say you're in a coffee shop. You're having one of your favorite coffees. I love that little caramel, cream and salt, I guess a caramel brulee or something to the effect of that. They're really tasty. So I like to go to a coffee shop every once in a while, splurge on a coffee. But it's unsecured. What if I want to go to check my email? Let's say Gmail, I'm checking my Gmail. Or let's say you want to go to Facebook. I wouldn't recommend it, but let's say you're going to Facebook in a coffee shop. You know, you can type in, just in the very beginning of the address bar, before you press enter, just make sure it just says HTTPS. And a miraculous, magical thing will occur. The logo for, let's say, https://www.facebook.com all of a sudden changes. And that means that you have a secured SSL, or secure sockets layer connection to that website. Same thing with Gmail, same thing with Hotmail, etc., etc. If you want to make a secure connection to any website that you're logging into, and you're in that, let's say, an insecure area, that really does put a nice layer of security on top of it. Ideally, you want to use a VPN, and there's lots of free VPNs out there. There's Hamachi. There's my favorite is just an SSH VPN. It's fast, it's easy, it's really secure, and I have control over it where I'm actually connecting to. But bottom line is, for the layman's person, you may want to just lock it down. Make sure you go to HTTPS on a website, or use a VPN tunnel. Like right now, I'm using a tunnel to this actual system, so I don't mind you guys seeing that. This system I'm actually connected to via an SSH. While I'm doing some maintenance on that Unix system, I'm using this wireless connection I'm connected to tunnel over to that server, and I'm now in a more secure environment while I'm surfing the net and talking to you guys. So different ideas, different ways, but the principles, different tools, different technology, different processes, but the principles remain the same. Don't use credentials that could get you in trouble. Have your computer do the maintenance and the updating and the securing. Automatically let it do the work, and look before you leap, meaning when you click on something, make sure it's the right website that you want to go to. So anyway, I'm sorry, I'm really tired, and I probably just jumbled through that completely today, but I just wanted to post a blog update and let you guys know I'm still kicking, I'm still around, just trying to get the company up and running again, and not up and running again, up and running more, and also to let you know that I haven't forgotten about you, and I will come back to teach as soon as I get things rolling a little bit faster here with my company. So if you have any questions, again, I'm only a phone call away for those on the island, and for those in Interland, just email me, guy@akrosero.com, and I'll try to get back to you. It's running pretty much a half-day delay on my emails, but I will get to them. So hopefully I can address them. And those on Facebook, you can always just IM me if you need anything. So that's about it. Again, Guy Rosero, akrosero.com. I hope you have a good weekend, a safe weekend. Cheers.